G'day guys, its name was taken here. Today we're looking at 7 days in the Godforge beta, giving you kind of my thoughts on the progress so far. Yeah, I mean, going from alpha to beta, it's been a pretty big leap in quality, in my opinion. Like, anyone that played alpha knows, like, the art was very much in a placeholder state, and now it's significantly better, you know. A few bugs here and there, but some of them you can kind of glaze over. Some of them are worse than others. Some of my dungeon progress has been not stopped, but a slog, just due to certain bugs popping up on bosses. Hasn't just been me, so it's reassuring that I'm not actually completely trash at the game. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but I think if you've played Raid, you know, it's a lot of the same song and dance, right? You know, you've got your bazaar, your gear upgrades, it's same stuff, different game, you know? Set of relics, we got weapons, so on and so forth. I made a little bit of progress. No one's over 50 yet. If you play the beta and you do the short intro quest line that it gives you, 20-30 minutes, you get a free yellow rock. You can crack open that yellow rock for a guaranteed legendary. Yeah, I pulled Izanagi. He's you know, Faith. Boosts Faith with his attack. His passive lets him get in a free attack every time they place 5 buffs on the enemy team. I think Faith is going to be very important. Very, very important. Along with speed. Same song and dance, you know. I do hope I pull his partner. He's got some kind of tie-ins with Izanami. His kind of better half. I also got Thorkel. He's really good. Brawler. He's bringing HP attack. Bringing bleed. I think everyone that's played so far has gained onto the fact that Hippopia pretty broken at the moment. I think she's technically bugged. Her ult is meant to be one random ally, unless they're from Olympus. Currently, she uses her ult, and absolutely your whole team just completely dogs on whoever she points at. Doesn't matter what faction they're from, not just Olympus. So she feels a lot more than a bit of a rare at the moment. Been really enjoying the new Joker.
Hi, this is Tommy Wiseau, creator of The Room. Let me introduce you to the new Joker.
He's got a pretty decent kit for a rare. He's locking out core ability, locking out ultimate ability. Bring Vanish, which Vanish I think is a little bugged. It seems like people that are vanished you can still directly target with attacks, from what I can tell. Defense down, pretty decent, you know, debuff to have. He's got pretty high attack rates on all the stuff too, considering he's technically, I believe he's not a nuker. He's a disruptor. He's pretty disruptive. Things that I've enjoyed so far is the rewards are very generous, and I like it. Anyone that's played Raid, everyone's been asking for the longest time, like, please give us a way to upgrade, like, books. Like, if you've played longer than 6 months, you've probably got a complete pile of rare books with no rare champions to spend them on. Like, they're giving out like candy at a parade, you know. When you're doing dungeons here, you have a chance to spawn a rift. It's a pretty decent chance from what I can tell. I don't know if it's boosted for the beta or anything like that, but when you go into the rift, beat the boss. I believe it's Ra is the boss. Beat him. End of the dungeon, there's different rarities. Gives you different scroll amounts, plus a reward tied to the dungeon that you're doing. So if it's a gear dungeon, you might get an extra gear piece. Ascension dungeon, you're going to get some of those Ascension rewards, right? But those pages you get can be turned into the rare scrolls, and you can use those rare scrolls for the epic tomes and epic tomes for the legendary tomes, right? It's amazing. Bone Apple Tea. I also really enjoyed hero build diversity. A lot of the non kind of like, you know, your defenders, your brawlers and things like that, a lot of them have kind of like double stats on a lot of this stuff. I think that's pretty good. I'm looking forward to a lot of kind of you can see it now, right? You know, Ash and Hades coming out with a video like, oh my god, this champion, he's amazing nuker, or the nuker's a debuffers. I think it's gonna be good. I like it. Brings kind of a bit more weight to those flat stat gear pieces, which they probably still do need to be increased a little bit on the flat stat market to not be completely useless. But you know, if you wanted to put attack on someone that's normally a tank, for instance, those flat stat items are gonna be a lot more worth it than percent based items in the long run. And I think that's really good. I like it. And you've got all your different lots of different stats on the gear as well. I believe there's currently a loose list. I'll put the image up on screen anyway for anyone to kind of glaze over and have a peek at. Yeah, things that need improvement are pretty big. The UI in almost every area, I think, needs some work. To, like, some places it's fine, like most of this area select screen's fine. Things odd changes, like, you know, we can't see the base stats of the champions, you just see what they have with their gear on, right? And what you're changing the gear, you just see what that is. Sometimes those base stats are nice, so you're kind of judging your gear better. One that's really, it always gets me, is when you come into this Ascension screen, it moves the cross button, like, down here, for no reason. I feel like these could be scooted over to the left even more, and you could just leave that X button. Like, it's, the X button's there for all the time in the rest of the game, every time you want to go back, except that one screen. When you're in battle, a lot of the damage is the same number, or the same color, sorry, so it's like, you can't tell what's damage from your champion versus what's damage from a debuff versus damage from a passive. All you see is green number if they're healed, that's perfectly fine. Various shades of yellow to orange based on strong hit, strong crit, you know, and then everything else is just grey. Even weak hit is a slightly blue tinged grey, which when you're playing on PC, it's a little easier to see. If you're on a mobile device, which I think a good probably 70 to 75% of people will probably be playing on mobile, it becomes complete butts to try and see that. Yeah, the new player experience as well is incredibly lacking. If you're coming into this as a new player, having never played something like Raid before, I think you would probably drop it in like 10 minutes. You would have no idea what you're doing. The game kind of glazes over things and then kind of like progresses, right? It doesn't have a hard stop saying this is the thing that you have to do, and it doesn't reiterate it ever again, and there's no way to kind of read that back, right? Like, it does it once and then you're kicked out of home. It would be nice if there was a button somewhere like on the screen of just like a little information icon, you push it and it just highlights things on the screen, and you can click it and it'll give you information about that thing. Yeah, those are kind of like my biggest things that need improvement. A slight one tied to rewards is increased gold income. Gold feels very lacking. Like currently when you sell things, you don't get any gold for it, you just get the upgrade materials, and so now it's like we've got all these other materials, but we've got no gold to use them, right? Can't upgrade anything because no gold. Yeah, that's kind of, it's just a quick chilled video. I probably won't edit this a whole lot, probably just cut a few things out here and there. Yeah, let me know what you guys have thought so far of the beta. Who'd you pull? Who have you liked? You know, I might make a video in the next coming days of champions that I think are good or probably need a nerf almost, or a change. Winners and losers, kind of. Yeah. Peace.